This man just spent 100 racks to make himself taller, and he won't get it back, nigga. He should have kept them stacks, put it to his business, and you had a 100 racks, nigga. Come on now. Now, we finna get into his little reaction. No hezzy.
I'm 27 years old and I spent $100,000 on limb lengthening surgery.
First day, you're impressing me.
No, I'm not. You impressing me. I'm 6 foot.
Well guys, it's time for a throwback. Back in my early days of YouTube, there used to be a channel that I would frequent in hopes of finding some of that good quality content. And today we're going back. Now my real OG viewers, you know, the true day ones, might already have an idea of what I'm talking about. It's a channel called Truly. It's a channel basically dedicated to the unordinary or the unorthodox, just stuff you don't hear about every day. At one point on my channel there was like a 3-month span where I was really talking a lot about dog girls and cat girls, you know, the glory days, and most of those videos came from Truly.
I ain't gonna lie, bro, nigga, you're beyond down bad, bro. You're beyond quenched, nigga, if you spend 100 bands, bro, just to become taller, bro. Cause that's not gonna change the amount of play you get, nigga. Everything about self-confidence. Hey, nigga, hey, hold on, nigga. I be, man, freestyling every day. Now look, bro.
And every now and then I pop on over to the Truly channel to see if they have released anything video worthy. And the other day I found something that really reminded me of my early days here on YouTube, so I figured for old time's sake we would cover it. I broke my legs to grow from 5'5" to 6 foot. Now if you've never heard of this stuff, it's something called limb lengthening surgery, where they do exactly what the name implies. They make your legs longer to make you taller. It's ridiculously expensive. I think this guy said he paid over $100,000 to get this done. And it also essentially ruins your body for pretty much the rest of your life. Most of the procedures aren't successful, and even if they are, you'll basically never be able to walk properly or run or jump safely ever again. But this guy did it, and I figured we'd take a look at it because there's some questionable stuff in this video. Plus, I've never actually heard a first-hand account about getting this procedure done, so I figured that would be interesting too. So let's not waste any more time. Let's begin.
I'm Denzel Siggers, I'm 27 years old and I spent $100,000 on limb lengthening surgery.
Ain't no way.
So the surgery day, they put me under anesthesia so I was asleep. They break your bones surgically, they cut them and they attach devices that extend the bones over time. When I first woke up, I just asked my...
Speaking from someone who is short, bro, like I'm not 6 foot, so you feel me? Like I'm not finna go through all that. She don't let me, nigga, so be it, bro. Like I don't really care now. I'll like just get some muscle, bro. You probably feel better, bro.
Myself 1,000,001 questions. I was like, why did I do this surgery? I regretted it. I shouldn't have done it. I'm in so much pain. I've never felt this kind of pain before. And is it really worth it?
So that is the one constant I've heard about this stuff, that it is basically the most painful cosmetic surgery you can possibly go through. And I mean, that doesn't really surprise me either. Breaking your leg is not exactly a pleasant thing to experience. To then have the healing process delayed by months as you stretch your legs further and have to stretch your nerves, muscles, blood vessels, all that stuff. Yeah, I can't imagine this is super duper fun.
And I thought something was wrong because I didn't think it was normal to feel this amount of pain. There's a metal rod in my leg, and then there was an external fixator that attaches to the metal rod going through your leg. So you have both an internal device and an external device. It was very shocking. It felt unreal to see it attach myself because I had never seen anything like this before. I was actually in a relationship prior to the surgery. Once I told her I wanted to go get surgery to get taller to boost my confidence, she was completely against it. And inevitably, we end up ending the relationship, even though she was someone that made a lot of jokes about my height herself.
Alright, so I'm fully aware that this might sound kind of cruel, but I sort of understand where she was coming from. If I was in a relationship and the person told me, hey, I'm gonna go through a purely cosmetic surgery that will drastically change the way I live forever, and it will limit the things we are able to do for years, if not just permanently, I think I would have some second thoughts myself as well.
So she hasn't seen me, but she's just seen like my social media and she's been trying to call. She's been trying to make her way back, but that's somewhere I don't want to go back to. Today I'm actually going on a date for the first time since I've had my surgery. So it'll be my first date at 6 foot. I'm very excited. This is an opportunity to get out there and really fill out this new version of me, like see how he interacts with the world, see how he interacts on a date. In the world we live in, we say don't judge a book by its cover, but obviously people are judged off their appearance first. But I do feel like once I get back into dating, my personality will be what carries me in a relationship.
Okay, so I'm kind of torn here because on one hand,
The cannabis industry is exploding
nationwide, and that's why I created the Master Mentors Live educational platform.
On hand, you can't play stupid and act like short men aren't made fun of in society. Like, that is just something you really can't deny. It's a societal double standard. It's one of the few things that it's just perfectly okay to make fun of a person for these days, which is obviously not okay, and nobody should be doing that. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that this guy was never treated differently for not being tall, because that would just be playing dumb. But at the same time, the way this guy talks about his old self,
get on something to me about I have control over, bro. Don't get on to me something about I have no control over. It's just like, okay, like, nigga, you sound stupid. Now if it's like, oh, you don't got no money, bro, that makes sense. It's like, okay, I have control over my wallet. You feel me? So then I could get on top of me for that, but nigga, trying to expose or make people feel a certain type of way about the way they were born is just crazy. Cause nigga, I could just the way you get on to me about being short, I can get on to you about being lanky as hell. What's his name? Slender Man looking at nigga, bro. Pencil stick ass nigga, boy. Hey, I could really get on you, export micro body built ass nigga. Stop playing with me, boy. We could really do the same thing, but we just don't, bro.
Well, it seems like his height was always at the forefront of his mind, and that probably caused him to sort of self-sabotage. If you always think that somebody is judging you for this thing or is silently thinking this, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say that nobody ever gave him a hard time for his height, but if I had to guess, I would assume that it was less people than he actually thought.
Tell me about yourself. What's your social?
My social?
Yeah.
My social media?
No, your social security.
My social security. You a scammer?
I didn't say that.
Or you just
I was just
funny?
trying to get to know you.
Oh.
My God, this is awkward. Not exactly a good opener. I don't really think there's a single scenario where what he said is a good way to start off a date. I'm assuming he was asking for her social media, but I feel like that's a weird thing to say to break the ice. Also, are we meant to ignore the fact that they are being recorded right now?
Yeah,
who would show up to a first date with this premise?
What you trying to do with my social? Oh, you trying to put a ring on it that fast? I didn't know you was that type of guy. I like that. I have to say my last relationship was 2 years ago. I got high standards and a lot of requirements.
I think you found me.
Really? I thought we were on the first date. You're impressing me.
No, I'm not. You impressing me. I'm 6 foot.
No, there's no shot he actually said that, right? That was something they asked him to say for like promo material? Surely. I'm gonna give this guy the benefit of the doubt and say that this was not a real thing he actually said. Didn't actually come from his brain, but if it did, I think this kind of proves my whole point about what I was saying when it comes to self-sabotage. If you're this caught up on height that once you're 6 foot, you think the person that you're on a date with now has some sort of obligation to impress you, I feel like your physical appearance was probably not your problem.
Look, she see a picture from a year or two ago. She was like 5'5". She was like, what the freak? What is this?
Now that I'm taller, people smile at me everywhere I go. I've never had this kind of like reaction from people before, and I really enjoy it.
Again, going back to this whole caught up on his height thing, I have to imagine that a lot of this was kind of in this guy's head. I mean, this idea that people wouldn't smile at you because they were disgusted by your height or something.
Probably not as dramatic, nigga, as he putting it, but you probably do have some advantage to being tall in certain areas, just as advantages to being shorter fella like me, man.
Something. If you're truly thinking that kind of stuff day in, day out, then I don't think a physical change is really gonna help you that much. Maybe temporarily, but you're just gonna find something else you don't like and then start having similar thoughts about that.
Recovery takes about 6 months to a year. I'm much further ahead at my current stage than most people would be. It's only been about 2.5 months since I completed surgery. I can pretty much do everything that I need to do for the most part on a normal day-to-day basis, so I'm very pleased with where I'm at. The surgery has significantly boosted my self-esteem, mainly because everything I had to go through to get the height, so I appreciate it more. But just being home and seeing how the world reacts to me at 6 foot rather than 5'5" has been like a very amazing experience for me.
I mean, look, if this guy is truly happier after this surgery, then I guess there's not a whole lot I can really say that would matter to him. My only hope is that he was fully informed on what could happen here. I've been doing some research as I make this video, and apparently only 40% of these surgeries are successful long-term. A lot of the time, follow-up surgeries are required, and a very large percentage of the people who get this surgery end up wheelchair-bound for life. It also shortens your your lifespan, and the complications you have once you get into your senior years are pretty severe. I just feel like this is not worth it to be a little bit taller.
I've always been like an outgoing person, but now I can just be myself without caring what people think or what people have to say.
Jorge has always put the ones he loves first, but when it comes to caring for his team, he's let his own maintenance.
I'm me all the time, rather than hiding behind like insecurities.
Okay, so I really don't mean to just be ragging on this guy the entire video, but I cannot buy this for a second. If what you thought people thought about you drove you to get a life-altering, potentially life-ending $100,000 cosmetic surgery, I have a really hard time believing that now you just don't care what anybody thinks. Those two don't really seem to align.
My boy.
What's up, man?
Oh, look, you met a partner who got the same thing you got. Now look at him, bro.
How did you meet Brian?
We was getting the same surgery in Turkey together. We met in the physiotherapy.
Brian, how tall were you before the surgery?
I was 183, so just basically 6 foot.
And how tall are you now?
It's gonna be over 6'6" right now.
Nice.
What? You spent $100,000 because 6 foot wasn't enough for you, man? Being 6'6" just sounds like an inconvenience. Not only is this guy yoked out of his mind and now he's gonna be 6'6", this man's gonna be a walking cargo container. This just seems impractical. Normally if you're 6'6", you'd wind up on a D-line somewhere, but since these guys' tibulas would now be shattered by a light breeze, I'm not sure that's really an option anymore. Look, you wanna go from 5'5" to 6 foot? Totally get it. That makes sense. 6 foot to 6'6", you spent $100,000 to never fit on a plane or an elevator anymore. I don't get it.
So initially when I first did the surgery and I started posting it, it was a lot of like negativity, a lot of hate. People called me crazy, people called me insane. They said they hope I never walk again. But as it grew and people saw me continue to post my progress, a lot of the comments began to change. It actually started to garner a lot of attention from women telling me like how strong I am and how manly it was to go through something that like endured so much pain.
Okay, final time I'll say anything on it, mainly because the video is about to end, but I feel like this guy's true demeanor is really coming through a lot in this video. It seems like a lot of his self-worth, a lot of his confidence is directly tied to how much attention he gets from women. This seems like a really unhealthy reason to do all of this to yourself, but hey look, it's not my life. I'm just here to make silly YouTube videos, okay? But I feel like this was a bad idea. Well guys, what do you think? Not only about this specific situation here, but this kind of surgery in general. At the end of the day, I guess it's really like any other cosmetic surgery. This one definitely has a lot more stigma around it. I would assume mostly because of the risks involved and how badly it can go. But if the people are happy and they are really okay with what might happen, I say more power to them. My concern is that I would imagine a lot of people get caught up in just becoming taller and having this lifelong dream fulfilled, and they don't really sit down and take a moment to realize what might become of them. But who knows? Hopefully, I'm wrong. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all.
You heard the man. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like my video and share it. You feel me? It's your boy Boogie, and I'm out. Peace.